What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Equip Live. My name is Will, and I'm joined, as always, by Joe. How you doing, buddy?
Wonderful, man. I was just banging into that music. It was just killing it.
I know. I was watching your little screen. Joe is like really getting into the music. You know, I do the same thing. I get really into it.
It gets me hyped for whatever reason. It's something like we prepare for the show, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's time.
Right?
Nice little wake-up call. It's pretty good stuff. Big fan.
Cool. So it looks like we've got some people rolling in. What's up, Stealthy Archer, Merrick Girl, Merrick Girl, 24. Gordon, what's going on? PP Krev, what's going on?
My volume's a little low. Let's go ahead and turn that up a bit. Let's see.
There you go. Nice. Sounding good.
Nice. Thanks, Gordon. Appreciate you.
Always on top of it.
Yeah.
So let's go over setups real quick, because I'm using a different setup, and I think, are you using a slightly different setup?
No.
No, pretty much the same.
Yeah. No.
Yep. So I've got, let's see, I've got 3 Lytra glows around me, just to be extra. Got a Mevo Start for video, going wired webcam into the computer. I'm using a Blue Yeti X for my audio. And then I am doing the background chroma key with Streamlabs desktop. I think that's it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's like I didn't realize you were using Streamlabs for it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm using a blue baby bottle here. My Mevo Start via wired webcam, getting that 1080p. And then I'm using Lytra glows. I only have 2. I usually run 3. But I'm reorganizing, if you can't tell. It's chaos, but I'm trying. And then, of course, we're using Melon app.
That's right.
Love me some Melon app.
Yeah, they just changed the design. We were talking a little bit about it, and I actually think it's really nice, because one of the big things with it earlier is that you would have to jump through a bunch of different menus to get to, you know, kind of where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
And now you can just dive directly into it, which I think is really great.
Yeah, super big. I honestly, I didn't get to check it until just now. So, like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Jumping into theme and then edit and then scrolling down to get to the back, it was right. Painful. So, like, this was definitely a huge quality of life and improvement. And so, props to the Melon team for making that happen. I'm hoping next thing is we get to actually, and maybe I just missing it, but the next thing I have to see is labeling videos, because all of our marketing videos look the same at the beginning with the make a scene. So like we don't know what product it belongs to. So it's like having that would be solid. And also it'd be really cool to be, well, maybe there's a filter button here. Can I say that? Yeah. So like, okay. Yeah. Perfect. So you can actually filter your clips and say only uploaded ones, because I don't want to see all the other ones. I don't really.
Right.
So like I didn't realize that until just now. So yeah, all I want now is just the labels. I just want labels.
Yeah, I mean, just the file name would be super useful.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. A lot of unique names here in chat that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, let's see who else is around. Are you able to pull up chat?
Yeah. So we've got I've not seen this DJ, but he's got a good question. Hey, I want to use 4 cam, but one is the one Mevo, and I have the new Mevo Starts, so I want to use all 4. Go for it.
Yeah.
No one's stopping you.
You can do 4 in the Multicam app. You can do 4 directly into your computer. Yeah, just whatever you want to do, you can do it.
Yep. The only limitation is, like, obviously the first generation can't use NDI, but if you're just trying to use multicam, full send. You can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing stopping you from using previous gens. And Mr. Boom, hello, happy streaming. Yes, happy creating. How's your week going so far? How is your week going so far?
Busy, man.
I know.
Busy.
Well, that was the thing. Like, so you messaged me about the layout change, but I was in another meeting. Like, I didn't even have time to like take a look and then I tried to get a bite to eat right before the show. I didn't have time to do that. So, it is what it is. It's a busy week, but that means things are, just purring along, and Logitech land, Logi land.
For sure. I'd rather it be busy than nothing to do.
Yeah. Now, we don't have one on hand just yet, but should we talk about the ball mount before someone
We
asks
should.
about it? Because I think it's gonna happen. So
we gotta get some for sure because honestly, they're awesome. Like I got to use one when I was in the office before.
yeah.
That was like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So like they are really, really cool. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of these new ones. Let me see if I can share the website real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry, DJ. I'm terrible at remembering names, but I promise you come to a couple more shows, I'll remember you. It's gonna happen. Yes.
Quick release ball mount. This thing is pretty fire, actually.
Yeah. Yep. Now I am curious. They do only have it listed for the Mevo Start. Does it not work for the first gen? Where do I have one around here?
What, a quick release?
No, the first gen. And the
plus, it should. I think that both of them, as long as it's got the like mic, the mic stand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the
you just need that bottom part for the plus.
Right. Yeah. So now, what's really cool about this is it's magnetic. So you can actually mount your camera to it, and you don't even have to thread it. Now you can, and it's important that I preface this, is that if you turn this thing upside down and mount it from the ceiling without threading it in and trying to use only the magnet, it will fall. The magnet's not strong enough to hold a camera up, inverted. So, but yeah, this thing, not only is it like convenient, it just looks cool, man. It looks so slick.
And like it honestly is faster. We should really ask them to put in like a video, because I think that would really sell it really well. Just how quick you can just mount and dismount.
I don't know how many times you Mevo Start and you're like using your finger to turn the Mevo Start. You're like,
yeah, man. So this definitely makes it really like a lot faster and a lot easier. So definitely check this out. If you've got a Mevo already and you want to kind of quickly improve your setup, this is a good way of doing it.
Yep, absolutely.
You can pick one up, mevo.com, and go over to buy, and it'll be on the list.
Yep. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got in a meeting with Jimmy today. If you guys don't know, Jimmy's the head of hardware for Mevo, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell you a couple of things here. Like, if they unloosen it too much, it's gonna fall apart." And I'm like, "Oh, like the fence clip." Because like, how many times did we have people like unscrew it and like just keep going until the end of time, and next thing you know, it's in pieces? A
lot.
Luckily, reassembly is not difficult, but it's an important thing to know. So, yeah, as soon as we get our hands on one, we're gonna see if we can. I can help Randall get a help article up to get things moving.
But it's similar to like the table stand, right? Like how that ball is. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. If you undo it, the ball's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Pretty self-explanatory. So we got Bruce saying, I have a Mac Mini M1 and 2 of the original Mevo cameras. Do you have a timeline when wired USB camera feature will be available? So, you can use wired webcam. I'm using it right now. And you can do it for the Mevo first gen and the Mevo Plus. In regards to the M1, I don't think there still sometimes could be issues, but I've not seen anyone report an issue with an M1 for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's UVC, so it's kind of universal that it'll work with M1 or non-M1. The only thing that would be different on an M1 is software being able to read the UVC. So it depends on the software that you're using, but you should absolutely be able to use wired webcam for the first generation.
Yeah. And we do have a warning on the page, but I mean, it should work fine. If you already have the Mac Mini M1, go ahead and give it a try. That'll tell you pretty quickly if you're gonna have any issues. But I've not seen anyone open a ticket or report issues with the M1 for that warning was put out there when M1 was announced. That was like over a year and a half ago at this point, and everybody was blindsided by M1. So like no software was ready, nothing was ready. That's just not the case anymore. I think if you turn on wired webcam mode and plug it in, I think you'll be good to go. Now, I will say the original Mevo cameras are capped at 720, so
Right.
and no sound. Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, man. I would recommend, honestly, if the goal is to use wired webcam mode for the original or for with your Mevo, I just wouldn't use those. I'd get a first for the start just for convenience purposes. But
Yeah.
but if you have a solution in mind otherwise, and you want to deal with audio sync and all that stuff, and your camera should send video without a problem.
But you can use wireless webcam, and that'll give you 1080p with audio. So.
Yep. Absolutely. Look at this. Chat is starting to really go now.
Nice. Bring it on, guys.
Yep. So we got Gordon really liking the latest version of Mevo Multicam app, a bug fix, and now you can toggle iPad audio on and off. Not just mute, but it enables iPad tablet audio. Also, you can now power down a Mevo from the settings.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about this? I was thinking about this the other day, that you could really use the Multicam app to do a stream with just the Multicam app, right? You can put up like a graphic as an image. So like you could have a logo, and then you can use the tablet audio or the phone audio. So you could just have a podcast stream.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah, it was kind of funny because I was doing a user test with a user, and they were just like, "Did you know if you go live with multicam, and with no cameras attached, it'll just send a black?" I'm like, "Yeah, it'll just send a black video feed. Absolutely, it's 100%
awesome."
Yeah, I mean, because exactly like you said, right? You could literally put your thumbnail up or whatever, and your full screen overlay, and send your audio, have a full blown conversation, and you've got a podcast that's done. Super simple. But yeah, I was like, because that's not the first app that was kind of I don't want to say misnamed, because it was named properly, but there was some things that you could do that didn't match the name, like wireless webcam. You can totally use wired Ethernet with it, so it's not technically wireless. So but what do you name it at that point? Did you call it network cam? I don't know. I think it calls
the naming for the Mevo is tricky in general, because like it's always evolving.
Yeah.
So like calling it a streaming camera is like, yeah, it can stream. It can also be a webcam. It can also be like an NDI cam, everything like that. So
yeah, it's a little different. It is. Fred the Hippo, thanks for stopping by.
What's up, Fred?
Well, I still don't think we've exposed what your name is, because I think your name is sick. But you know, we'll keep the mystery alive, Fred. Keep the mystery alive. Tim, I'm currently using a different product, which I won't name, but does a good job. Okay. However, for softball, baseball, etc., Mevo is going to be a great fit. What I hope for, I'm assuming this is for, is picture-in-picture, so two Mevos can be used to the game action, and one's zoomed to the scoreboard. Yeah. So picture-in-picture is coming.
Yep.
You know, I can't give you a date just yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
I wonder when we can give a date. Because I feel like,
I think very soon.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be very, very soon. So yeah, definitely, Tim, keep checking back on the show every week, because I would imagine it'll be very soon.
Yeah. And we're not talking our traditional coming soon. We're talking soon.
Right. It's been on the coming soon page for obviously like
2 years.
Yeah,
and it's also important too, is that like another important thing is like we do have betas, right? So I know Nathan Lundy, a couple of you in the customer group have asked, you know, hey, Nathan Lundy reached out to me. Can I trust this person? Yes, he does. He handles the software for Mevo. He's the software manager. So if you want to partake in betas and get access to things before they come out, go sign up for the beta. You can find a link in the customer group. You could probably just search for Lundy, Lundie. But you can also find other cool stuff. So if you want to be part of that and give some feedback, that's the best way to do it.
Yes, sir.
Whoa. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I got distracted by Slack. I don't know if you've seen that. That was just Randall talking about the ball mount. Let's see here what we got. Scroll back up. Chat's coming in. So DJ's back. So his question, he's got a first gen Mevo. I guess it's the third. It's the third one, and then I have 3 Mevos. So when I try to connect it to the app, it only finds that I can connect through the Wi-Fi of the first gen, or I have to change the Wi-Fi settings, or I'm not broadcasting. So it sounds like you're in Mevo hotspot mode. So if you just go to help.mevo.com, type in Wi-Fi, it should tell you how to connect all of your devices to one Wi-Fi. If you're seeing your first gen Mevo's network, it means it's in hotspot mode. Now you can do that. You could connect. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. If you got a Mevo Start, I wouldn't connect it to your first gen.
Yeah.
But you can connect all of your Mevos to a single Mevo and use it that way. You just use the Mevo Multicam app.
Let's see. Is that what you're doing now? Follows up. No picture.
No, I'm using the Mevo Start wired webcam. Not.
Yeah.
Actually, so that's another question. He's trying to use it via wired webcam, but now he's talking about connecting to wire, like the Wi-Fi and stuff. You don't need to mess with the network at all in wired webcam mode. You just plug it in.
Yeah. Also, if you're in wired webcam mode, you can't connect to multicam.
Yep. Indeed.
So, maybe you can give us just kind of like an overall scope of everything versus kind of having us piece it together.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's see here. Alex asking, any plans to introduce face tracking feature for the Mevo app to Mevo Multicam? I think so.
Yeah, I would say it's on our list of things we want to add for sure.
Yeah. Any news about SRT? I've not heard anything about SRT coming.
Oh.
Nothing.
What's up, Ryan? Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Ryan. Ryan's got a really cool, I don't know, I'm part of a couple of the sports groups that use various products for sports. Mm-hmm. And Ryan put together like a toolbox. He basically went and bought like I don't think it was Husky, it might have been something else, but like some brand toolbox that's got wheels on it, and it's all plastic, like a hard plastic, and he converted it into like a streaming station.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's got like a modem and router in it. It's got fans blowing air through it. It's got his tablet, various adapters, and like pretty cool, man.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff. Pretty impressive.
Fred, I'm feeling lonely on YouTube. Well, head over to Twitch. Looks like everyone switched over to Twitch. Yes.
As should you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Let's see, Tim. Yeah, you should be able to find that beta in the Facebook group. I don't know if there's one running right now, but there's betas all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think there's specifically a link that Nathan, yeah. Is this April 28th. If you go to the announcements, April 28th, Nathan opened up a Google form that you can fill out to join the Mevo Multicam Beta. Now, he does open and close these, but when he does need testers, he will push it, and you should get notifications about that. And that doesn't just go for multicam. I think he can also, or he may also reach out for various other betas. Now, this is different from user testing. So user testing, which is what we do, we actually do full-blown interviews and surveys and such. Where beta, you're just using the application, and they're tracking data as in like, did it crash? Was it successful? Like, right. They're not asking you, they're tracking it through the app, whether the app crashed or not. You can see through data analytics. So
that's a good note also, is like, if you are going to sign up for the beta and you're going to use the beta for your actual productions, like, keep in mind that because it is beta, it's not perfectly stable. So it's cool to check out the features, but it may not be cool to lose your stream.
Yeah, definitely not something you want to risk. Unless you do. If you want to risk it, that's up to you. But just know the risk that you're taking. The DJ says, I'm a DJ, so I have my own hotspot for Wi-Fi, so I want to connect to that. But if you're using wired webcam mode, you don't need to connect to Wi-Fi. Yeah,
or have anything in hotspot mode. So if you use your hotspot for Wi-Fi, and obviously you should clarify if this is your phone hotspot because that won't work, or this is like an external hotspot. But yeah, you would use the Mevos connecting to the hotspot.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I'm also getting confused the various topics. One person mentioned wired webcam, and I think I'm still stuck on that. He is the one trying to use his first gen with this 3 Mevo starts, which he can do, whether it's wired webcam mode, he can do it in a computer, wireless webcam mode, he can do it, multicam. Yeah, so you can connect all of those to the same hotspot and connect them. You don't need to connect it to an individual Mevo. You can, but you don't have to. There's various ways to take care of it, but yeah, shouldn't have any issues.
Cool. Ryan coming in with the long one. Ryan saying I use a lavalier mic plugged into an iPad mini 5th generation headphone port, 3.5 millimeter jack. Then on that iPad, I use the Mevo mic app to send to Multicam on a different tablet. Is there any way you know of to control the mic input so I can control clipping of the mic without adding other equipment between the lav and the iPad? Control the clipping of the mic. How's your mic clipping?
I think he's talking about. All right. So here's the thing: is like the in-app audio levels are not the most accurate, and I think that's like a known thing, right? So like sometimes you'll hit red and it's like, and it sounds perfectly fine. So the best thing I would do is pay less attention to the actual levels and pay more attention to just monitoring it to see if it's actually clipping. So that red may not actually mean you're clipping. We're working to dial in those levels. They're really only guides, but for the most part, I would concentrate more on like, what does it actually sound like versus what those levels reflect in the app.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would err towards the lower end.
Yeah. Yep. Audio. Woo. 30 minutes has passed already. This is flying.
Time flies when you're having fun. So I actually set up a little quick demo. Let's jump into this real quick. So I wanted to talk about Crossclip because you know, I think that there are so many things going on with Streamlabs that I think a lot of people kind of overlook some of the smaller ones, and Crossclip is actually a really cool one. So first off, to find Streamlabs desktop and Crossclip and all the other programs, you can go to streamlabs.com, hover over products, and you'll see on the right side all of these programs and services from the Streamlabs team, which is part of our Logitech for Creators team. And Crossclip is one that I think is actually really, really useful, especially if you're like me and you're maybe not as focused on the short form social networks like TikTok or Instagram Reels or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what this does is this will convert Twitch clips and YouTube clips directly into vertical format.
Yeah, portrait.
Portrait. Thank you. And so for a quick little demo, I've got this clip of Joe from last week, and all I do is copy that, put that right in here, and then boom.
Very cool. Yeah,
so
I should start using that too.
Right? Like, so we could do maybe got a setup cam and a face cam. And then as you can see on the right side, it just puts it all together. And then here you go. There's your vertical format. You can just export it and you're good to go.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's so simple. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I've been using, I've been actively, I set up my, I stream Apex Legends on Twitch at times, and I set up my Stream Deck finally to start clipping my odd or my when something happens, I press the button on my Stream Deck and it'll clip it on Twitch. Well, it'll
That's
wait.
awesome. Yeah.
It'll wait 30 seconds. I added a delay to take into account the latency between me and the platform. So when it happens in real life, I press the button, it waits 30 seconds, clips it. Now I can use this to actually edit and get that stuff on TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok account, but it's time. I'm blowing up today.
Yeah, man, it's important to hit up all of the networks. And it's so easy now to just use one source of content and then just split it up and edit it differently and post it other places. That's why I think streamers have it actually easier than YouTubers in creating content for these other networks, because you stream for an hour and most people are obviously streaming for more than that. They're streaming for like 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
And like you have a lot of potential 30-second clips that you can put all over the internet. So yeah, I think it's very cool. And then Crossclip is obviously just perfect for making that happen in kind of the fastest and easiest way possible.
Man, this is so cool. I'm having so much fun over here. I already got it uploaded
Getting
and
into
everything.
Yeah.
This is
That's what
cool,
I'm talking about, man.
I'm digging this. I think that's perfect. I didn't realize, because like I've seen the videos, right, of like there's a few creators who do games like this, and they always have their camera down below or up top. And it makes sense now. I can almost guarantee you they're using Crossclip, and if they're not, they're wasting a lot of time, because I just created one. And that's cool, man. It's fun because I also like Willow, and I don't know if you watched last week. I know you were busy, but I talked about I talked about the business card I 3D printed and how it goes directly to my Willow.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. So I was like, man, Streamlabs is really they're bringing next level stuff.
They really are. And again, I think a lot of people, they might know the service but don't realize that it's tied into Streamlabs.
Yeah,
so.
that is really wild too. That more people don't realize that this is a Streamlabs. I mean, honestly, we didn't know either, right?
Yeah. No, 100%.
It's taken us some time to adjust and realize how much they really have got their hands in everything, which is, luckily they are involved in a lot of things, because in all reality, like, it's great stuff they're bringing great stuff to the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think their thought process behind creating products and services is really good. They're just basically like, okay, if I'm a creator, like thanks for the follow. If I'm a creator, like what are the various like tools that I need to go from like creating the content to editing the content to distributing the content, like all that stuff. They're really hitting every single level.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I'm a big fan.
Oh, I just realized that I don't have the free. Oh, I'm logged on my personal account. So if I log into my Logitech account, is it free?
Yeah. No, it should be part. Good. Didn't he upgrade both of us?
On Crossclip?
Yeah,
I thought I gave him my personal Twitch to get all of that access, but I don't know if it ever happened. At least not on Crossclip. I think it did on the Streamlabs stuff, the desktop. But
yeah,
we'll have to reach out to him again and be like, hey, we were trying to demo, but we're gonna need that free stuff. Now, so here's the cool thing, and that was a question that Mr. Boom had, right? Is there any restrictions? So the only restrictions I'm seeing so far is there's going to be a watermark.
Yep. There is a paid version, so you can do free, and it's a little bit limited in terms of, you'll have the watermark, you'll have 100 megabytes uploads.
No.
Obviously, if you're doing clips from Twitch and stuff, it really doesn't matter. It's going to be very small. But yeah, you do have some limitations for the free version. The monthly version, very cheap, $4.99. You can also do annually as well for $49.99.
Save 16%. Says.
Yeah, I mean, if you're creating content basically like every single day, like this is actually not expensive at all, right? Yeah, like versus something like Adobe Premiere, which is what I think a lot of people would use naturally outside of this.
Yeah, if you paid for the yearly Pro, you're looking at $4 a month. Man, you can't even. And this is a gripe that I'll have with Wendy's at another time. But junior bacon cheeseburgers used to be $1 or 99 cents. Those things are like $2 something now. So that's 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers.
Inflation, bro.
Used to be 4 and feels bad. It feels bad.
It does feel bad.
But yeah, that's pennies. And the amount of creation, like I'm just thinking of like that's affordable for your everyday user, but then like think about those who are like obviously making a significant living from this. Like
yeah.
Could you imagine, because like a lot of content creators that are like significantly more serious, who've got like, you know, hundreds of thousands of followers, they typically have someone who does the editing for them. Imagine being hired as a video editor and all you're using is Crossclip. like yeah. That would be insane.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you can make your job easier by using tools, heck yeah. Work smarter, not harder.
We're big fans of that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is super cool. Let us know, guys, next time if you get a chance to take a look at it.
Yeah, try it out. Tag us in like the video when you post it. Do at Logitech C. Loving Crossclip. We'll check it out.
Yeah. Also, have you talked about Oslo in here at all?
Not much.
So like, if you did want something beyond the clips, right? There's also Oslo, which allows you cloud-based editing. And this was another thing. So like, I'm not good at video editing. I'm just not. And I don't care to learn it. So like when iMovie was super popular, when Mac, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, it's still popular, but right. I've always looked for an equivalent for Windows and I can never find one. And I'm just like, this is it. If I could use this, I can use this cloud-based service, upload all my stuff. It's stored on the cloud. It's significant. Like it's very similar to Melon, whereas I don't need to make sure my computer has all of the content that I need to use. I can go anywhere and be like, oh, I've got 10 minutes. Yeah, let me take a second and work on this video. And it's all right there. I've already uploaded it.
It's also great because you can do collaborative efforts, right? So like if you have somebody that's really, you know, good with the visuals for graphics and stuff like that, and then you have somebody else that's more of like the editor, then like you can have multiple people working on a single project. And it's also very, very quick. I think like a lot of people initially think that because it's web-based that it's slower than, you know, Adobe Premiere or something like that. Yeah. And it's really not. It's really, really fast. And it's also very, very easy, which is great.
Now dare I say, this is the Google of video editing. Because like collaboration and content, like documentation, like you got Google Sheets, you've got Google Slides, you've got Google Docs, you've got all of those things. And it's like, this is the same concept. Share a project, leave comments, edits, all of those things in there. Like, I wouldn't be shocked, like, if Google was like, man, we were so close to releasing ours, and there's Oslo. No, I'm not here to.
It's almost strange they didn't. Honestly.
Yeah, because it honestly feels like the Google I don't even know what are they even called. What are the Google? What are all those tools called? Suite, the Google Suite?
Suite, yeah. Work Suite or something, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I feel like this absolutely would belong in something like that. I don't know, maybe they tried to do it. Does YouTube Studio, we know, I don't like YouTube
awful.
Studio. It's so slow.
Yeah, it's so bad.
But I wonder if that was their attempt at doing this, because this cloud-based service from Oslo, from Streamlabs team, it's sick. And it's, again, a free tier, once again.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think it's really cool that they have free versions of all the services because like, you know, if you're getting into this in the beginning, you know, you don't want to immediately spend tons and tons of money, but, you know, being able to try something out and, you know, you're starting to create content. I know somebody that creates content and they're still using, like, they've got like 1,000 followers on YouTube and they're still using apps that have like watermark and everything like that. And I actually respect that a lot because you're still just figuring out what tools work for you in your workflow and everything like that. So yeah, I think it's really cool that there's free versions.
Yeah, I totally agree. I've got a buddy as well, a couple of friends who dream of being a game stream creator. And they're like, yeah, right. And they're like, I hate video editing. I don't know how to do it. This is complicated. And I'm just like, man, I was like, Streamlabs has all the tools that you could possibly want to get your content edited. So like now they all use Streamlabs. I think at least one of them is using Oslo. One of them, I think both of them are using Crossclip now. I'm going to start doing it because how sick would it be to be like, man, I would love to be a content creator and like get paid for that. Beyond like obviously what we do now. This is what we're doing. But like, I don't know. Maybe this is the best way. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is where I should live. Beyond, whatever. But
you got the whole ecosystem here.
Oh, it's so, and that's the craziest argument. It's the craziest thing. And I have this argument with myself internally so many times. It's like, man, if anybody could be a content creator, it would be me and you. Like, we've got everything. Right. Everything Logitech for creators, we get those things. So, like, who's better equipped hardware-wise, software-wise than us? And it's like, oh, why am I not doing this? Like, what am I missing?
Time.
Yeah. And maybe it's because I talk about like Wendy's and Google and stuff instead of actually creating valuable content.
I mean, that's valuable content, my friend.
That is an opinion that I am sharing to the world. It's important. See, even Stealthy is like, what are we talking about? That's a great question, Stealthy. We were talking about Oslo and the various tools in the toolkit that Streamlabs brings to the ecosystem of content creators.
Oslo, we've gone over Willow, we've gone over Crossclip. Thank you for the follow.
I don't go in public enough to use this card, but it doesn't stop me from still just tapping my own phone just so I can feel good about life, Like, that's it.
That's pretty awesome. Does it just pop up or like...
No, so if I put it here...
Yeah.
Hold on, right? Well, I can't even see. I'm trying to do it, right? Come on. Oh, there it is. So it pops up at the top there. And then I've got to tap it. Boom.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah. I love it. Big fan. Big fan. Yeah, I'm going to have to start selling these. That's business.
Can I follow your personal Twitch? At some point we'll talk about our personal channels.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm not quite sure. We'll probably have to talk to legal about it, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know where the limitation is of like self-promotion versus what we do here for Logitech. Especially because like those worlds can collide.
Right. But
a little bit, so.
I will say that both of us have a good amount of live streaming experience from our past. Yeah. And obviously this is what, episode 31 of Equip Live, but then Mevo Live was like what? Like 100 episodes or something like that. Something crazy.
And then before that, you dealt with Justin TV, which is now known as Twitch. Right. And then before that, I was doing mevotips.com, doing videos for people. And then before that, so like, yeah, we've been doing video production for a minute.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and they brought it up last show. You weren't here, but they were asking if we were going to ever. I mentioned the idea of us potentially finding like a Friday night or a Saturday night to play like games with people, and they were just like, that'd be so cool to play games with the hosts of the Logitech show. And I'm just like, yeah, that'd be. I mean,
we've talked about it for a while.
We just got to get permission. I think that's what it really comes down to, is just getting permission. Are we allowed? Does anyone care? And if so, what does that look like? Right. But luckily our teams are super, super encouraging about us, expanding and as long as, we take on the workload and we don't mind and we're not asking for additional money or anything, right. No one seems to really care, but it's always nice to ask before you get crazy.
For sure.
Ben's asking, are you selling those? I'm not, Ben, yet at least. But again, back to the self-promotion. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I don't know. Maybe.
Let's see. We've got I'm using DaVinci Resolve for the moment, and I'm beginning of learning it yet. Yeah, you know, we use it a fair amount as well. We were initially using Adobe Premiere, and then we switched over to DaVinci, and now we're using like stuff like Oslo.
Yep. Yeah,
so we're trying to try it all, right?
Resolve is super, super powerful.
Yeah, and being free is amazing.
Yeah.
The things, although it does like when you try and get into the more advanced things that it blocks off for the free version, it gets kind of annoying, like color grading, stuff like that. Like sometimes that's really important to do, and if you can't do it, then it kind of makes the whole thing worthless.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it starts to get tough, but yeah, I'm gonna specifically start using, you know, the Crossclip and Oslo, and not even just for work, but for personal stuff. But I would really love to double down, as some time seems to be freeing up a little bit for me right now. I would love to double down on the show and try to create some content. That'd be so fun.
Yeah. And I know they're always asking us for extra content for social, so it'll be good.
Yeah.
Cool. You're gonna try out Crossclip. Let us know how it goes. I encourage everybody to try out all of this stuff. I mean, there's no loss, right? It's free, and it may save you a ton of time and get you
money.
Kind of money. Yeah, exactly.
Money. Like at the end of the day, that's kind of the driver. It's time and money, and time is money. Yeah. You know, that's a quote from one of my from my gaming days. There was a goblin in a game, and he used to say, "Time is money, friend." I've stuck with me ever since. Thanks, goblin.
I mean, it's really true. Like, if you're a creator, like obviously you get pleasure in creating, and you know it flexes your creative muscles and everything like that. But you want to get paid for your time and effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so really it's nice that Streamlabs has all these features also that help creators make money.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said,
overlooked.
Those free, like you kept saying, those free tiers, man, that's invaluable. To allow people to get off their, you know, to get their channels and content off their feet and off the ground or whatever. And it also enables them to not only get content created, but making it so easy that you could literally flood your channels with content. Like, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like channels aren't typically popular until they have that one viral video. So like you better go out there and create as much content and hope one of those stick. Because like, yeah, and that's usually what happens. Like that one viral video is enough to get all of these followers, and then they just stick around.
Yeah, I saw this interview. I can't remember what the creator was, but it was a really good point where they said their greatest fear is to go viral on a video and not have enough other videos on their channel. So like, you know, if you have one video that blows up, and then everybody's going to check out your channel, and if you only have 2 other videos, people are going to be like, okay, well, they're not consistently uploading, they're not consistently creating. Yeah. Like, I don't know if like this is the one video they're ever going to make that is good. So it's important to have as much content on your channels as possible.
Yep, absolutely. Well, what is that? Kind of cool. Still sitting here messing with Crossclip, man. I'm so impressed.
Right? It's so awesome.
Impressed. It is.
You know what I haven't messed with? Do you do any like console gaming?
I used to be a heavy Xbox player.
Yeah.
But not anymore, no. But
I did a little bit of Xbox myself, but I haven't done anything in a while.
I tried Streamlabs Mobile recently.
It's awesome, actually, right?
It is, but I kept having issues with, and it might have been my tablet, but I didn't think it was. I don't know. I'm a new Apple user. I could have messed something up. But yeah, it was super nice. I imagine there would be a benefit if I ran it via Ethernet versus trying to run it wirelessly.
Oh, okay. So it was like connection issues?
Yeah, it seemed like it. So like I was trying to play, because like I play Apex Mobile too. I think that's fun. It's so fun. And it's a lot less like stressful to play that game on the mobile because like no one takes it seriously.
Mhm. Yeah.
So like I was like I could stream this. Like I was like I enjoy playing this.
Yeah.
And I installed Streamlabs Mobile. I was like, this thing is sick. It's super powerful. But yeah, I was definitely having connectivity issues where like I was looking on like Twitch and I was buffering and stuff. And I'm like, it might be better if I was running this tablet on Ethernet.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, I know that when I've done Streamlabs, I wasn't sharing the screen for Streamlabs Mobile, but I really did like the fact that you could do all of these different layers. You could have like chat is overlaid on the stream. You know, you could have like follower counts and stuff like that, donation counts, which is all really kind of amazing to be on a mobile device, right?
Yeah, it's super powerful.
So yeah,
and it's free really too, cool. Isn't it?
Yeah. I know.
I don't know how else to say this to you all, but Streamlabs is literally giving you all of the keys to the castle. You just have to take the tools that Logitech's given you and use them. That's insane. Right. Another free tool.
I was, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Let's see. What's up, Jim? This is our Twitch account for the upcoming softball season. It starts next week. Awesome. That's exciting times. I hope that you do some good multicam content. I'm excited. We got to get on the sports field. We've talked about this a lot, right?
Man, I contacted the local high school. I'm literally 3-4 houses from the football field.
Yeah.
And I so badly, being an obsessed football person, I wanted to hook up Mevos, and I'm like, look, I'll bring microphones if you guys want to do press conferences, or like if you guys want to stream stuff. I was like, you want to have, you know, I was like, the footage is yours. If you want to live stream and charge people, it's yours. I was like, I seriously just want to collect content because no one does football. No one. Yeah. Now, like I've seen, I think Jason Hoffman, I think, did 1 or 2 like middle school football. So it was like a good concept, but I'm like, we seriously need a use case or footage for the show the use case of football. But they never got back to me, so feels bad.
Yeah, I've got nephews and a niece, and so I'm gonna have to like follow them to whatever sport they do and try and see if I can capture that. But yeah, I mean, like I would love to see a good demo of, you know, football or soccer. You know, we've seen a fair amount of baseball and softball, and I think that makes sense because it's easier to do that, right? It's a smaller space that you need to cover. But I think you could have an awesome football or soccer stream. Like if you really like decked it out, you did like a mesh network. So you've got like one at each like goal zone or whatever. So yeah, it'd be very cool. Yeah, let's scroll down.
Jim's saying, any solutions for multi-destination that charges month to month as opposed to an entire year? Need to get these games out to the masses for colleges and recruiters. Vimeo charges by the year.
Melon. You can RTMP from the Mevo apps to Melon, and it'll send it to multiple destinations. So check that out.
Oops. I was trying to go to their website to look.
That's exactly what I just did.
I was wondering because I got that notification. I was like, wait a second, what? So Jim says Huddle does football. Schools send clips, games to them. Not sure how that works. Yeah, I mean, the Huddle website does it, but I was curious about actual users. Like you're going to baseball, right? Or softball, and you broadcast it. So like, I want to see users specifically using Mevo for football. I would love to see that. And I would love to see more schools using blue microphones as they interview their players after the game. Like, what's your thoughts? You know, like, I would really love to see us break into those areas beyond the desk, because like Logitech for Creators is, we have very, very powerful tools for the desk. Don't get me wrong. But I think where we're missing right now is all of our tools are very powerful on the go as well. These microphones and these lights and these cameras are not limited to the desk, and I really want to flex that as much as possible. And I would love to see a user try to do the same. If anyone ever does, please share it, because I would love to see it.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me. Oh yeah, there we go, perfect.
So you can see Melon obviously again, you can start with free. But if you do $15 a month, you get multi-stream to 3 destinations. So with this, you can just set this up, $15 a month, and stream from the Mevo app to Melon, and it'll automatically send it directly to your other destinations. And yeah, I mean, it's just very, very worth it. It's cheaper than Vimeo.
Yep. Check it out. Jim loves us. He loves us.
That's right.
There's not an article about it. We do have an article with the other platforms that we built before we left support. So
there might be a Melon article.
Oh, Melon might actually have one, but I don't think it'd be specific for Mevo or Multicam.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, you would just need the help article for Mevo RTMP and then a help article for Melon. Let me see if I can find one.
You know how Game Changer and Sideline HD now use those links for Mevo?
Yeah.
Melon needs to do that now. That's needs to happen.
Make a note of that, man. We should definitely say that.
Yeah. But maybe, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, maybe the destination will eventually be an option.
Yeah.
That could be
really cool.
Yeah. Where you're just like, I want Melon instead. Yeah.
All right. I will look around. You want to jump to another one?
Yeah, it's Jim again. Jim's still here. Jim. Hey, Jim, actually, where? You don't have to put this out there if you don't want to. But where is there a season starting in August for softball? Isn't seasons over? Isn't baseball and softball slowing down finally? Like, and you're just starting?
Maybe it's travel, club, something like that.
I'm sure. Most of the people who are in the Mevo community take their baseball and softball pretty seriously.
I respect that.
Yeah, for sure. I played travel when I was younger, but that's because like my school is too small to have like a league with multiple teams. So we had to travel to other schools.
Yeah.
Season ends mid-July. Travel ball starts next week. Okay.
Here we go. Stream forwarding. So I'm going to put this link in chat for you. But just to kind of briefly go over it. Hopefully this will send. I think it always takes a second on Melon. There we go. The link is now in chat. So yeah, stream forwarding setup. You just create a Melon account and you sign in. Then you go into settings, and then you can click stream forwarding. Select all the destinations you want to forward to, and then by default, it'll go out to these destinations with this standard title and description. Then you're good to go. And obviously, it's showing here that you can do it from Streamlabs, which you can totally do. But obviously, you can also do this from the Mevo apps. I tested this a few weeks ago, so I can confirm that it does work. And also, you can see it works for Zoom as well, if that's something you're interested in. But yeah.
That's so confusing to me. I keep seeing
Zoom?
These... Yes, I keep seeing these podcasts and stuff where people are using Zoom. And I'm just like... It just feels weird. It feels like I'm in a meeting.
Right.
It doesn't feel like a podcast or anything. But I just sent that link over to Randall, who leads our CX for Mevo. So I just told him, hey, if anyone's asking about multi-destination, let's keep it inside the business group. And here's the Melon directions. So he said, sick. So hopefully moving forward, either the article gets updated or at the very least, anyone who opens a support ticket, which I know happens often, how do I do multi-destination and multicam, he can point them towards Melon. Sweet. Gotta love it.
Makes my life so easy.
That's
what we're here for. Yeah.
That's why we're here.
All right. Any last minute questions that we should get to before jumping out? Let's see. If you have any last minute questions, you've got about 1 minute to ask them. We're going to start wrapping it up. My pleasure, Jim. My pleasure. Yeah, everybody, if you watch the show today and you're going to try out any of these Streamlabs products or services, definitely let us know next week. Come back. Let us know what you think. I have a feeling that you're going to be very happy with them and might even sign up. So
Yeah,
Very cool.
definitely let us know, because that kind of stuff really does help. Well, not just obviously Logitech, because it's a Logitech service, but it helps us because at the end of the day, everyone wants to know, like, you know, who do we send to, for example, TwitchCon? Who do we send to these conferences? Who do we, and it's like, do we put resources towards the show? Do we spend, you know, give them a budget? Do we give them new materials? Like, how much do we spend on advertising for the show?
Yeah.
All of that stuff, you know, is impacted if you guys let us know, like, your tip helped me. You know, whether I went and bought X, Y, and Z, or now I use these services, or, you know, my channel has grown since following your guys' tips. Like, letting everyone know on social media, whether you tweet at Logitech C, whether, you know, you're tagging us in your stuff, all of that stuff gets seen, and it really lets marketing know that, you know, we're putting the right resources where they belong when it comes to the show.
Yeah, and it's also very feel good.
Yeah, feels good, of course. Yeah, all of that, but it feels great. I don't know. I dropped something. I don't know where it went. Gone. It's in the abyss of cables.
It's lost now.
Uh,
All right, everybody. We are wrapping up. Again, you do have about 30 seconds if you need to ask any last minute question. But, yep, we'll be live again next Thursday. Thanks. We are changing lives. Yeah, I just read that just like halfway.
I don't know how. We don't even need any questions. That's it. That's where.
Yeah. This is where you end it right here.
Yeah.
On a high
Changing
note.
lives.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week on Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. You can ping us on Twitter or leave a comment on one of our YouTube videos if you want some extra help. And yeah, we'll see you then. Have a great weekend.
See you, everybody.